more neutral instead of having to work as hard with ZSS, because it can be kind of a stickler. I mean, when you don't really hit those confirms like you want to, and in times like these, you don't really want to mess up. So Roy being an easier pick for this. Now, Infiknight, if I could go off of looks, I would love to say that this guy is a Mario player. Mario player? No, Violet. I want to say Violet.
I can see Violet.
I think it's definitely somebody from Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem could be maybe Lucina.
Lucina? Yeah, I could. You know what? I can see both.
Yeah,
I can see both. He's got the. I'm evaluating the headset. So he's got the wireless.
Yeah.
Wireless Raycons. So that's premier optimization. Oh, I was right.
We were not far off.
Fire Emblem.
Are seeing a Fire Emblem duel. I know nothing about Fire Emblem, but not that matters here. As we're gonna see Ike. Ike kind of fell off in a character that was heavily believed to be very good in the early meta, but has fallen off a bit since. People kind of remembered, right, that recovery still isn't great, is it? But those nairs and those up airs are just going to be kind of be the difference maker here if he can land those confirms.
Yeah, you're right. I'm very impressed to see someone still rocking Ike after like season 1. How he like heavily dominated early ultimate, like when knockback was like 2-0, but also, facing another person who has a counter with Ike recovery is a scary thing.
Yes.
So I think up until this point, maybe he's already kind of dealt with it already, and found a way to not really be off stage. But Juice getting the first stock, I think he kind of is hoping that most of his offense is off stage, to where he can just press down B, get the stock easily as possible. Because Ike does hit hard.
They're up there. We love to see it. No matter what stage of the game it's going to be, those are still going to happen, and they're still going to hurt.
Oh, that was a nice conversion right there.
Yeah.
Fair to up air.
Yeah. I mean, it's the problem you mentioned earlier, is if you're competing, you've likely seen a Roy before, so even if it's probably not a super favorable matchup, you got to imagine Infiknight with moves like that, you got to imagine he knows what he's got to do to put this away.
Very brave, and because his recovery's so linear, very smart play using the power.
Yeah,
tough guy as they call it.
You got to make those edge guards count.
Yes.
You can't pass up those opportunities, especially when you get edge guarded even harder.
Yeah.
You make those count, or else your job's gonna be even more difficult.
And I think seeing that both of these guys have the ability to do so, I think Juice may try to take a little bit of plays from Infiknight's playbook with that counter idea off the ledge.
Yeah, you might even, because you see Infiknight using a lot of side B to get back, just Juice maybe running out, standing at ledge and hitting that counter, because if he's going to go there with that side B, and it's going to activate when you hit it, so you might as well try it out.
Yeah, and I think the great thing about having that side B is that, you can make, that's death right there.
Death. Wow. Clean 2-stock from Infiknight.
Absolutely, and I think this may be a time where ZSS could be a favorable option, because the Ike side B is always going to be a mix-up depending on where you stand, because you have the leverage. You can either go to the ledge or go past the ledge, seeing where they stand. We're going to go to see the Falco.
I think that's a pretty good play. I think Laser probably makes Ike's job recovering even harder.
I didn't even know he had a Falco.
I've seen the Falco before. I haven't seen the ZSS before, but I've definitely seen the Falco come out a few times from Juice. So gotta be interesting to see how he adapts, because I mean, Laser's probably gonna make the job a little harder for. Not gonna make.
Yeah.
Gonna make
he kept his jump.
Kept his jump. Very good. It's gonna make those side B recoveries way less easy.
Yeah, I think this is probably who he was waiting to pull out as a secondary, just for times like this.
Yes.
And you're right. The Laser definitely will be the difference maker in this matchup, because the side B, the recovery from the last game was really giving him trouble. But I think Infiknight having a good handle on this character, you know, is going to be aware that that's what Juice is going to be looking for. So you're going to keep that jump on lock. Oh,
And
covered the ledge. Covered everything.
I mean, it's one of those things where it's like when you're playing a character with a bad recovery, no one is more aware of its limitations than you are. So even when you pull out like a secondary, like a Falco or someone who can make your job recovering even harder, you're fully aware of what they want to do to you, and you're going to be able to cover it because you've seen it before.
Yes, and also, believe it or not, I think the counter recovery on the recovery could still be a factor with the up B. I don't know if it's going to be as useful, but I will say I'm very impressed to see how much of a handle he has on the Falco.
Yeah.
Falco being probably, you know, not as good of a character as Roy in terms of some aspects, but you know, for the matchup's sake, conversions, recovery, you know, and aerial mobility.
You got to imagine those combos are also going to be a bit of a difference maker. Going to make it so much harder for him to play neutral. I mean, that big sword can box out a little, but once Falco gets his wings on you, it gets a little hard.
Oh, absolutely. And seeing how tough it's being played right now, seems like Juice is really, I think he made the right move here.
Yeah. Juice definitely seems way more comfortable in this, way more able to play his game. A lot of last game was spent kind of dealing with Ike stuff, but now it feels like it's in Infiknight. Okay, you have to deal with Falco now instead of Falco dealing with Ike.
Absolutely. Oh, wow, nice anti-air. It's rare to say in this game, but a nice anti-air. I didn't, you know, those different maker plays, right? You know, most Falcos probably wouldn't even have been brave enough to go for the reflector during the up B.
Yeah, Juice just did it twice, so
he just did it twice.
He's definitely comfortable doing those.
On a low shield, by the way.
Yeah. It really seems like Infiknight's just struggling to work his way back into this game. That hard call out not really making Juice any more scared than he was earlier. It really seems like Juice is just so comfortable now, able to play his game. Dash attack gonna take it though.
Dash attack is gonna take it though. Now this is one of those times where it's like, oh man, he's at 100%. How is he gonna ever win this? No, I've seen this where, you know, you back throw somebody, get the right read, F smash, and they're gone.
Yeah.
So maybe there's a little bit of hope out there.
Yeah,
somebody's watching. It's like, oh, I got my channel points on Falco.
Yeah. There's almost certainly a reality where Infiknight does end up cleaning up here. Gotta hope maybe play to those short blast zones.
Oh my goodness! I actually
go for the edge guard.
I think he's gonna go for the down air.
Yeah, oh,
little scared right now.
Both of them are so scared of
oh my
going
God,
out their safest options, just dancing around each other. F tilt gonna put him in a bad spot. Nair, not gonna do it. Missing
oh
those.
My God, that would have been the stock.
But
okay.
Getting the parry on one hit of the fair, but not getting the rest. Gonna close out that game.
He did not finish holding his R button.
It seemed like maybe he mistimed the parry. He wanted to parry the last hit to get just a free punish, but got the second to last and didn't close it out.
Yeah, he wasn't finished. I think, you know what, to be fair, that Falco play may have been the right decision in the beginning, but he was actually doing, you know, his due diligence towards the end where he was coming up and, you know, the boys back home like to call that kangaroo nooch, where they're jumping around towards the end. They don't want to get hit.
It really seems like Infiknight figured out a lot about what he needs to do against this Falco. On Juice's counter pick, he was able to kind of keep things at bay. Even though he ended up losing that game, he kept it so close, kept it to the edge of the seat. And it just seems like Infiknight's not really sweating yet. Infiknight seems completely comfortable in this, even though a bit of a long combo going on right now.
Yeah, you're right, Runa. I mean, we got to remember that Infiknight, it's only 1-1. You know, he did win the first game, and so he should feel confident in his ability, especially how close game 2 was, and a bigger blast zone. So that's not going to get the kill quite yet, but the dash attack very well scouted, trying to get this stock opportunity here.
And he's playing around Juice's shield so carefully. He does not want to eat any more percent than he already has. He does not want to get hit by any up tilt bears or any confirms that Falco has.
Oh my.
You see him spacing these, just getting it with the back air right there.
Very meaty back airs.
Back airs trading back airs, and now it's an even game all over again.
We're back to square one.
Yeah.
He knows he was going to land with an aerial, so he very well scouted. Nice read.
He wants to keep Juice up in the air as long as possible. Falco, one of those characters that can kind of deal with juggling, not really the worst thing in the world for him. So where Ike kind of is at his best with those juggles, it seems like Juice is just able to kind of deal with it.
Oh, very unlucky, but
that
also
high ceiling betraying him.
high ceiling landing on the platform.
Yeah, but getting the stock anyway. Now it's Juice's turn to answer with the combo. How's he going to do it?
You know, I think this is a good thing for Infiknight to really think about, you know, how he wants to proceed, since this is his first time being in the lead since the last game, or game one, I should say.
Even when he was making that comeback, he still had to play at the deficit of being a higher percent last time. So it is nice to see him able to take control, kind of making it Juice's turn to, all right, how are you going to handle my stuff now? And up smash like that, gonna make this pretty even. One Falco combo makes this much harder for Infiknight.
It was a nice roll read, and then on Infiknight's part where he did an empty hop to get that grab, trying to keep him guessing a little bit, not to be so telegraphed, but the aggression going in, not gonna go for the down air. Very surprising.
I will say Infiknight's recoveries have been so good. He has not used that up B except when he absolutely has to or can.
Yes.
It is so impressive to see how he's able to work around that bad recovery, catching Juice by surprise with that down air for sure.
Yeah, I think he's definitely responding to what Juice wants to see, what is expecting out of him, which is a roll. But it's not gonna work. But down air to the up air.
Up air, taking it to game 4.
2-1.
You see a return to our last stage. You think we're going to see a return to Smashville, or do you think Infiknight's going to... All right, let's not go back to that one.
No, I definitely believe that he's definitely not going to go on a stage with so many platforms this time. So I didn't see what they chose, but I feel like they're going to go back to Town and City. Just because... Oh, he's trying the Roy out. Okay.
Trying the Roy out once again. I mean, keeping Town and City open probably was kind of the reason for that. It would have led him to be stuck with one game as Falco, but now he's able to play Roy on Town and City, which is your home.
Absolutely, yeah. That's why I figured he was going to go to Town and City, and also seeing that he lived quite a bit against the Ike, so I figured he could use that. And
not even getting the hit, but dead anyway.
Both of those guys did not even feel like that was. They, you know, you don't want to see an opponent go down like that, especially when having such a good match right now. But you know, a lot of dough on the line. We're gonna take it regardless.
Yeah, you're not gonna complain about getting an easy stock every now and then, you know.
Absolutely.
As unfortunate as it can be, these things are always gonna happen. It's a natural part of competition.
Yeah, and seeing how that SD may have phased him a little bit, seeing how Juice is really going crazy. He got like 2 jairs consistently.
Yeah.
Almost really, not doing the job, but
yeah. It really does seem like Juice is now all in complete control here. Infiknight firmly on the back foot now, struggling to find his way back into this game, and he needs to close out this stock and then rack up the percent in any way he can. But Juice is just so good with these jairs.
Oh boy, and you know what a turn of events. I mean, we were just seeing how, you know, Juice was struggling to get in, and now he's already up 3 stocks, and he's on his way to getting to game 5.
Yeah, it does seem like we are definitely going to be seeing our first game 5 so far, unless Infiknight's able to make anything crazy happen. But not. It's looking difficult. That first stock is the way to get started, though.
That first stock is gonna really set the tone of what is gonna be expected. But I guess if we're going to game 5, he's probably gonna have to get that stage switch now.
Yeah, you have to get off of Town as soon as possible. If Juice doesn't switch, though, with that game 1, which was so decisive for Infiknight, it could be difficult. Where do you go? He's back on the Roy, stuck on the Roy possibly. So maybe this is going to be a bit of a cleanup job going forward.
Absolutely. Sticking with the Roy, game 5, no turning back. I think, he wants to go back to where it all started, seeing how I think we both know and the opponents know that, that game was pretty much won off of an SD. So I think, getting a chance to restart can be his last chance and the chance that he needs to get that opportunity to go into further into the bracket. So, but we'll see. We don't want it to end out like that. But game 5.
I mean, you got to imagine Infiknight maybe a little shaky now. Had this game firmly in the palm of his hand, but now starting to realize this could slip away. Juice's Ike was so clean that last game, ready to do anything he could to get himself back in this game. Edgeguard's going to be a little less clean with those side Bs, going to make it a little easier for him, but I don't know. Juice is just playing so hot right now.
Yeah, and the mobility from Juice with the Roy is going to be what he excels at the most. And seeing how Infiknight can try and, meet him in the middle and try to stop him before he gets going.
Wow, both missing counters.
Oh my gosh.
And the sour spot dare almost was the thing to close it out.
And try to empty hop, try to, bait out his shield option, but the F tilt gonna send him out.
Dodge. That stock could be the pacemaker, could decide Infiknight able to firmly play his game unless Juice is able to close out as soon as possible.
Yeah, and they're kind of just feeling each other out, hopping around. Kangaroo Nooch once again. The down smash kind of.
He wanted to get that stock so bad, wanted to add as much extra percent as possible, but not able to close.
Yeah, can only imagine that may have been a mistake, but also we don't know. We don't know. It's got to play risky sometimes. They've been playing very, very textbook for this.
It really feels like both these players are just so determined in what they have to do. It feels like they're both taking turns at control of the wheel. Right now, it's all Infiknight though. Not really letting Juice get anything too much going. Gonna see a forward throw, going for another edge guard.
Oh no, he's not gonna be able to get him, caught him under the platform or under the stage. Oh, approaching with Nair.
Nah, those Nairs are just brutal.
Oh my god! He still keeps the jump.
Not hitting the jab though. That's so tragic. But just like before, Juice is once again just a couple interactions. Dash not gonna take it. Infiknight is back to charge.
Yeah, and and again, Infiknight has, if anything, we can say anything about Infiknight, he's done a very, very good job of keeping his jumps when if otherwise would have mattered death. That F smash at ledge was so crazy, and now we're down to game 5, last stock. These guys both really want to advance in the winner's side.
With a set this hot, it had to end this way. There was no other way other than that last stock. Almost the fates making that side B not get there in time.
And Juice being in this position, has been in this position before, long time ago. He really wants to see if he can do it again. But this conversion.
These combos are just crazy. The crowd lighting up for this set.
Ville is going crazy.
What an up smash gonna close. Infiknight taking it. A game 5 last stock situation.
That
Ike closing out with impressive fashion.
That SD definitely feels, kind of. It feels kind of sweethearted now because he did end up winning the set. But that up smash read was crazy because he didn't whip that out since the first game.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I don't think that play would have gone too great if he would have just blocked.
Yeah.
Because he would have died.